What's up, gamers? It's that time of week again. It's time for the weekly devlog. Anyway, this week I've been mostly adding some, I've been mostly working through some bugs that have come around in the code for new features that I'm trying to implement. The main thing that I'm excited to show you today is that actually I am working on a mobile version of the game for both iOS and Android. I'm going to show you a little bit of that gameplay now, just so you can see a rough idea of what's going on. The cool thing about this port is that this mobile version will be completely cross-compatible with the computer version. So that means that the computer version, the Mac version, the iPhone version, and the Android version can all play together. As you see, I have a Windows machine right here, and we have the Android running right here with it. If you'll notice, these sprites are not quite final product. They are placeholders for the sprites I'll obviously add later. So, an interesting thing about the mobile version, as you can see, I still need to adjust some of the sizing and things like that, but just getting it to run was the big deal. And it's pretty cool that right now it can run and the Windows version is running, and you know, they're in the same round, they're playing together. That's pretty dope. Now I want to go into talking about some of the controls I have for the mobile version. As you'll see, you move around with the left joystick still, but with the right joystick, you'll notice when you're aiming, you will automatically shoot. I thought this was a better idea for game design than having an extra shoot button, because I feel like that would take away from the nature of the game. Because the nature of the game, you know, is to be very chaotic and shooting like crazy everywhere. So I feel like this just kind of helps that vision. Look here. So if you shoot, still has all the same particle effects, damage, and everything as the computer version. And the same happens here. Now I want to take a second to look at the map. With the map, as you'll see here, you can bring it up, and you have full pinch to zoom, and then one finger drag will allow you to navigate the map on the mobile version. Pretty dope, huh? So, like I was saying, I strived for full compatibility of the game. In fact, both the Windows, Mac, and iOS version are all rendered from the same source code. The same Unity project renders all of the 4 different versions. This is a deliberate choice I made to make development easier, so that in the end, I can deliver updates in a smooth and timely manner to all platforms. Now, it is interesting to note that the iOS version has had some difficulties. You see, at first, I could compile the Windows, Android, and Mac version fairly simply without changing much of the code at all. But that's because they can all run what's known as mono, and that's kind of like the adapter, if you will, that takes your game code and allows it to run on different operating systems easily. Now, mono is a very well developed and kept open source software that allows it to go on all these different platforms. But iOS does not support mono, so what I had to end up using was Unity's compiler version, which, as you can see here, it's called IL2CPP, which basically takes your C# code and compiles it down into C++ code, which will then run on the iPhone. Now, when I did this, I had quite a few errors I had to work through because, one, this technology that Unity has developed is remarkable, but it does not allow for third-party libraries. You can't use them as easily as you can with mono. So I had to rework some of my game code using those. And that's what I spent most of the week doing. Second, you can now compile the Android version using this, which is in the end what I'll have to do, because Unity's 64-bit Android version can only use this compiler. So I will do that, but I had the same issues to work with Android, but luckily they kind of just carried over from the iOS build, because as I said before, I was using the same source code. Now, the only issue I have now is that for some reason, this version of the game, the mobile version, using the IL2 CPP, is a bit less stable than the mono version. So I'm going to be working through some of those bugs next week. But yep, that's pretty much what I've been working on this week, and that'll end this devlog. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Your support would be awesome, and it'll help make this game go along quicker and more pleasantly for all of us. If you have support and feedback you'd like to leave in the comments for any game ideas or anything, go ahead and drop those down below, and don't forget to join the Discord. That's all. Thank you for watching.